Hi, I'm Wolf, and welcome back to Trine, Part 11, or, for those of you that know it as the other title, I bought this game because of Minesweeper, the Trine saga, or the Trine part of that. Now, for anyone that's new and you may be wondering, what's up with that other title? Well, it kind of explains itself. It's a bit self-explanatory, but the long version of it is, condensed down, is we played some Minesweeper on the channel here. It kind of happened on a whim. There was nothing really leading up to it, nothing in particular. And well, one thing led to another, and before I knew it, and there I was buying a whole bunch of games as a result of that Minesweeper video. There were two Minesweeper videos, and then there was a video which was, I bought these games because of Minesweeper. And well, yeah, Trine is one of the games that I bought. I bought quite a few games. If you want to maybe get a bit more caught up, go for with a bit more detail to the story, I will have links to a few things in the description of this video. I have links to the first Trine video, well, the Trine playlist, the Minesweeper video, and also the I bought these games because of Minesweeper video. So those three will be down there if you'd like to go and check any of those out. Yeah. So this video here now, moving on, part 11. We're up to part 11 now. Double digits. 10 was double, but 11. And it's not a 0 now, it's a 1 and another 1. Yeah. Oh boy. We're quite a ways into it now, aren't we? Yes, we are. Before I have something in mind that I want to say about the Trine series, part 11, the entire series. But before I do that, let me mention just two things about the previous part. And this has to do with the intro, specifically to the previous part. Now, in the previous part 10, the intro, I talked a little bit about a news story. Now, I don't want to go over that any further than I already have, but what I would like to add is that I was in my thoughts one day, and I ended up remembering a quote, and this situation and this quote that I remembered as I was just kind of there thinking about things, they sort of went together, somewhat hand in hand. And the quote that I remembered was, "The only thing necessary for the triumph of evil is for good men to do nothing." Now, I don't want to go too in-depth, and I did make a video going a bit further into my thoughts on that. I have that somewhere if you'd like to see that, if anyone would like to check that out. That's on the other channel. I posted a video over there a little while ago. So if you want to check that out, that's there as well. Should I put a link to that in the description as well? Maybe I'll do that. Yeah. But this quote here, it's an interesting quote, and there's a lot of truth to this quote. Basically, think of it like this. If evil is occurring and nothing stops that evil from occurring, from happening, evil's doing something, and nothing steps in to stop that evil, well, the evil happens, it continues, it flourishes. Yeah. So, unless good steps in to stop that evil will happen, it'll flourish, it'll occur, it'll grow. Yeah, but there's nothing that stops the evil just carries on, and it continues. Yeah. So that's something to think about there whenever you think about evil in the world. Yeah. Again, there's that video if you'd like to, because I did mention this quote in that video, but I wanted to mention it here as well, the quote. And that video it's a bit long. That video, I think it's like a 20-minute long video. Yeah, I did a little bit of talking a bit more on the situation, and I spoke a little bit about that quote as well. Yeah. So there's that, and the other thing I want to talk about from the previous video is a comment that I saw on it. In that video, I had said at the beginning, I said that I was okay. I said that nothing was up, I'm perfectly fine, and that I'm okay. And I received a comment on that video where someone asked me if I was okay. And it's cool that they asked me if I'm okay. Nothing wrong with that, of course. That's always nice for someone to care. Yeah, that's okay that they asked me that. There's nothing wrong with that whatsoever. But at the second part of their comment, because they didn't just write that, they said they're asking me because what I said, the story that I talked about, that I mentioned, it's kind of dark. The opening is kind of dark because of that story, and I guess what I said surrounding it. And I thought that was interesting that they said that. They thought that. I don't mean to put anyone on the spot. I didn't mention any names. I didn't mention who said this comment. And I didn't really say that there's anything wrong with them saying this either. No, I'm going in a different direction. Yeah, because they said that, I just ended up thinking to myself a bit about the entire thing as a whole, myself retelling the story, and that this was something that happened in the world. It's a real life event that happened somewhat recently. It wasn't all that long ago. When I had made the video, it had only happened maybe a week and a half prior. And I was just talking about a real life event and some of my thoughts on that event. And I guess about people and humanity in a way as well. Now, the thing about this person's comment is that people, I think people there's this thing with people where I don't avoidance, not avoidance, or maybe it is avoidance. Whenever there are negative things that happen, not so good things that happen, it's all a part of life. Whether it be negative or positive or neutral, I guess we could say neutral as well. Whenever things happen, whether it be positive, whether it be negative, whether it be neutral, if you're only addressing the positive, if you're only talking about the positive, or discussing the positive, or sharing the positive, it's not good to do that, because life isn't just positives. I guess I could say, if you do that, avoidance is the word that I use, isn't it? Yeah, you're avoiding a very big portion of life if you never talk about the negatives, or I guess we could say bad things, not so good things, things that concern you, things that worry you. If you never mention those things, you're avoiding it. And you shouldn't avoid things. You shouldn't brush things under the rug just because it's negative, or it's a bad thing that may have happened, because the thing with bad things or negative things, if you don't acknowledge a problem, you have to acknowledge a problem in order for a problem to change. That's the first step in changing a problem. If there's an issue and you're not acknowledging that there's an issue, the way you're viewing it, and everyone else is probably viewing it, is that there's no problem to be fixed. You have to acknowledge the entirety of things. You can't just focus solely on the plus side or the positives. It doesn't mean to focus only on the bad or to get lost in it, but at the very least, what you have to do is you have to acknowledge it. You have to be willing to acknowledge it. And the reason for that is because by acknowledging the bad, you're acknowledging the problem. And that's the first step in being able to fix a problem, to change a problem, to solve a problem. The first step in that is acknowledging that there is a problem, that there is something wrong, that this isn't right, that this isn't normal. I don't want to say normal, but hopefully you get the idea. You can't just ignore a problem and expect it to be fixed. Expect it to go away. It has to be acknowledged. You have to look at it and say, this is an issue. This right here, it's a problem. And you doing that alone and keeping it to yourself, you're not the only person in the world. You're not the only person on the planet. If you acknowledge the problem and you keep it to yourself, do you really think one person, the one person in the world acknowledging a problem is somehow going to cause it to be fixed for everyone else in the world who hasn't acknowledged it? Yeah. So, I can understand people looking at the negatives, the bad, and kind of wanting to brush it under the rug. But let me put it like this. That's how we got here in the first place. Yeah. We got here in the first place by not acknowledging it, by looking the other way, by brushing it under the rug, by not doing better. Oh boy, kinda deep and heavy here, isn't it? Yeah, well, I don't want this intro to end up being too... I feel like these things, I should do these on the other channel as their own standalone video, or maybe I'll cut this out. I don't know. I don't know. We've already been going for a little bit here now. Yeah, so Trine Part 11. What do I have to say about Trine Part 11? Well, about the series, we're coming to the end of Trine. I'm pretty sure we're really close to the ending now, being where we left off at last time. We had made it to the third artifact in our last video, and there are only 3 artifacts. Can you see? Yeah, there are only 3 artifacts. So we're definitely getting close to the end of the video, end of the game now. The series, not the video. Yeah. So that means I'm gonna have to choose another game to play once we complete this one. So if anyone has any, I guess we can do like an unofficial poll. Which game would you like to see next? Leave a comment down below of all the games I've listed. And you can leave multiple comments because I've said a few different things. This is a very different topic than what I was just talking about a second ago. So if you do leave multiple comments about different things, that's fine. I don't mind. Just go ahead. Leave a comment about that, your thoughts on that, and leave a comment about this. Yeah. So, which game would you like to see next? Do you think we should continue with the next Trine game, just move from 1 to 2? Or should we visit one of the other ones? Someone on my last, or was it the previous, they mentioned Firewatch. I think I saw a comment or 2, or maybe 3 mentioning that game. Firewatch. Yeah. And also when it comes to the series, there are more games I'd like to add. I don't know if I'll add them though. I was sitting around one day, and maybe I should talk about this in the next part, because this intro, it's getting kind of long. I don't want the intro to go on for too long, but last time I mentioned Little Nightmares, and that there are 3 games. So if I added those to the series, that would be +3. And well, this other one is it's a series of games. And if I added this, it would be a lot more than 3. Because this series of games, I don't know how many there are. There are probably like 10. I can't have the list getting that long now though, can I? Because it's gonna take us 84 years to get through this entire list, especially if I I add this series and then... Oh boy. Well, we'll see what ends up happening. Let me know what game it is that you would like to see next. What do you think? Toss a vote in the hat. We'll do unofficial poll. I had been thinking about doing it on the community tab for my channel, but you can only list 5 things. I think it's 5? Around 5 things on the community tab, and I believe we have more than 5 games, don't we? I mean, well, Trine 2 and 3 count as more. I think we have more than 5 games left. Yeah, I don't know. I have to revisit that, because I counted them individually. I was like, Trine 2, Trine 3, but I guess just Trine, and then Firewatch, Portal. I don't have to list Portal 2. Maybe there are about 5 games if I don't look at them as like the 2 and the 3 as separate games, and then maybe they're... Leave a comment. Let me know. Toss your vote in the hat, in the poll. Yeah. So Trine Part 11. Okay, that's where we are picking up at. That's we left off last time at. We were teleported somewhere. There was a flash of light, left off on a really big cliffhanger because we made it to the treasure, and where's the treasure? It wasn't there. So kind of a big cliffhanger ending that we left off on the last time, being teleported somewhere through some kind of magic or something, and the third artifact, it wasn't there. It was missing. Yeah. Trine Part 11. Before we do hop into that though, let's not forget to mention, if you'd like to support the channel, if you enjoy my content and you'd like to support the channel with a few bucks a month or a one-time tip, you can do that through my PayPal link, which can be found in the description of the video. Alright, Trine Part 11.
Not too long ago, an earthquake had rocked the pedestal, destroying the shrine that surrounded the artifact of body and matter. The charms that had protected the third artifact broke, and it was stolen. Even worse, it was paired with the artifact of mind and power. Without the artifact of soul and righteousness, the power of the artifacts became twisted, and brought to life creatures of bones and dust, capable of moving, but lacking soul and meaning. The Trine was the only thing that could bring back balance to the world.
Without the artifact of soul and righteousness. I had mentioned this previously, that the Trine seems like a something for good. And what it did to us was something good. Soul and righteousness. And the Trine to bring it back. The Heartland Mines. Have you ever had something happen and you're like, this is this is quite the coincidence here. And the reason why I say it's quite the coincidence is because, in a way, this is the story I talked about in the intro. And then what I said here today. And then the artifact is that's an interesting coincidence. Do you see it? Sometimes people can't see these kinds of coincidences where certain things are, because the game in a way is, it's kind of linking up to real life and my events and that's can you see it? I wonder if the Heartland Mines.
Oh, all this jumping around, it's not for grown men. I wish I could rest.
The wizard is old after all. I mean, look at all that gray. Look at all that gray. He has more gray than I do. Speaking of gray, can you see my gray? Have you ever been able to notice? I don't know if you've ever been able to tell, but I do have... You might be able to tell. I have quite a bit of gray. I think the way that my hair is normally, how I put it though, you can't see it too well though. But I do have quite a bit of gray. I don't hide it or anything like that. If you're thinking that I hide it or I comb my... No, I don't hide it. But whenever I do look in the mirror at my hair, as I'm combing it, I'm like, oh, there's quite a bit of gray there, isn't there? Yeah, I have a little bit, maybe, not. Yeah. Oh, and also, I never touched on the mustache. Speaking of the mustache. Yeah, when I said I was working on it, have you ever been unsure of what you were doing? Like, you had something in mind, but you weren't 100% on it. And then the more you thought about it, you're like, wait a minute, I have two different things in mind, and I can't do both. I can only do one. But I'm like 40% on one side, and then 40% on the other. Yeah, that's sort of where I know 40 and 40 is 80. So the 20% is like, what in the world are you doing, man? Leave it the way it is. That's the 20%. Yeah, that's pretty much where I was. I was 40% and 40%. And the more I thought about it, I was like, wait a minute. I'm not 100% on any of this. These thoughts in my mind of what I'm doing with the mustache. But it just so happens the two 40s were kind of close to one another. And while in the end I ended up scrapping all three of those ideas, well, the two 40%, I wanted to do something else, but I was mistakenly thinking those two. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, this level looks pretty cool. The green glow that they have going on in the background, it's a pretty cool looking level. So how... Well, there's a wheel here. Should we have taken that all the way down? Oh no, no, we're okay. This level's really pretty. It's at the mines, right? It's like a cavern. And here they come. And that's quite a bit of them there. Oh boy. Getting surrounded here. Not much wiggle room because of that plank there. Alright, we're okay. We're okay. And we'll grab this experience down here. Oh, no, the plank. The ground broke away there. Oh, so the elevator could have come all the way down here, I guess. Maybe that's what would have happened had I used that. Alright, we'll just grapple in and there we go. Jump up and get it. I wonder if the elevator would have broken it on its way down, or if I had to do that. It probably would have broken it. And then I would have gone right into the the trap down here where they all spawned. Oh. Wait in there in the corner. That was sneaky. Wait, you can go further down? You can. Okay, we're gonna have to grapple, aren't we? Oh no, he slipped. Whoops. They put that in quite the spot down there, didn't they? That experience. Okay, we'll get this. Yeah, yikes. That's not supposed to... As soon as I go through, she just lets go of her grappling hook. So I guess we have to jump first. For some reason she just detaches the grappling hook. Okay, jump and... Oh boy. Okay, is there another way down there? Because this doesn't seem to be working. She's not grappling fast enough. Alright, we'll try it again. Yeah, she doesn't seem to be able to grapple fast enough for her to not die. Okay, what if... Jump. There we go. Okay. Yeah. We got it. It seems when she goes the other way, for some reason she can't grapple fast enough. There's not enough time in the air for the grappling hook to be shot out and connect with the wood. There we go. Okay, so what's going on with that? Because I stepped on the thing and it didn't open. I'm not sure how to... Maybe I have to press the thing at the top with a... there we go. With an object, yeah. And it opens the door. both at the same time, I see. At first I thought that was just like an indicator to let me know that down here I had to press this to open the door. Kind of like the key being on the top of the, you know, like a hint as to what would open the door. Why did that fall? It fell on its own. This area is really pretty. Like the background and the glow. Oh boy. Maybe he was the reason why it fell. I think it might have been him. I wonder if there's anything up there. Let's see, can we even get up there? That's really high up there. Oh. What happened to the bridge? We lost the entire bridge. How did we lose the entire bridge? It doesn't look like there's anything up there, but I can grapple onto it. Huh. Yeah, there goes our bridge. There's nothing down there. The water looks really nice though. And the color looks pretty nice. Oh boy. What? That was sneaky. There's someone up there that pushed those, right? There must be someone up here that pushed those. How did they fall then if no one... And of course, here comes trouble. We're okay though, we got him. Wow, that's a lot of them. That is a lot of them up here. I wonder what caused them to fall. There must have been something I did somewhere that did that. And also maybe referencing the intro of the video again. There's a thought I've been having and thinking to myself about, and that is about role models. When it comes to people, young boys, and I guess we could say girls too. They don't have... I'll save that for another video, maybe. Somewhere, another time. You know, we're playing Trine right now. Oh. How do we get that? Maybe the hammer? I think we can push it with a small platform. Let's see if this works. Yeah, there we go. We just push it. Perfect. We pushed it through the other side. Yeah, we're playing Trine right now. Besides, I don't know what the general consensus is, how people feel about these topics. I don't know. Because this isn't exactly like the other ones. The topics are now... It's a little different. What we're talking about. Actually, speaking of one of the previous ones, We're no longer in the intro. Address it in the next video. There's something else from our previous video that I want to... Oh boy. We need a pen and paper to write these things down. Future intros. Or maybe these things deserve their own video on the other channel, maybe. Was there anything up above? Oh, you can go up there. I don't think... No, there doesn't seem to be anything up there. Okay, we can keep going forward. Oh, hey! Wait, no. Oh boy. I wanted to come back to make sure I didn't miss anything here. I didn't get to experience that cart though. That probably would have been really fun. Wouldn't it? Probably. Oh. Well, it would have been fun up until here, where it looks like it's a one-way trip into a volcano. Some lava. There we go. One-way trip into some lava. Oh boy. And I see a chest up there. Right at the corner of the screen. Glad I spotted that. And alley-oop. Oh boy. What? How did we survive that one? Wow. That was... wow. Okay. There's an experience there. Oh. I meant to... I meant to get the experience and then... Oh, the respawn is right here? I thought it would have been... Huh. I thought it would have taken us all the way back to the last thing. Oh no, this isn't a full respawn. Because we don't have her back. We need her though to get to the chest up there. We gotta alley-oop it. At least I think we have to. Alley-oop. Is there an alternative way we can... Uh-oh. And here comes trouble. If we go down, I don't think we'll be able to make it back up. So... let's see if I can maybe figure something out to get to the chest. If we put a box there and a platform here, this might... work, and to get up there, and then we jump down. Perfect. Perfect. We got it. Awesome. Orb of Mana. What is that? Orb of Mana. Let's check that out. Increase maximum mana by 10%. Stacks with other mana and... oh, that's pretty cool. And it's perfect on him. It is perfect on him. Necklace of Power. Increased damage by... when did we pick that up? Was that last time? 25% for weapons that use mana. So that means her fire arrows, they're doing more damage now. If we use them against the enemies. Huh. Was that last? I don't remember that. Yeah, that might have been last time. Getting old. The memory's going. And then again, it was a little bit since the last time that we played it. We did the last part. You know, it would have been kind of funny because I said that I wouldn't be quitting the series anytime soon. It would have been funny if that last one ended up being the video we quit the the video we quit the series on. That would have been funny. Because, you know, the space in between this video and the last one, I haven't had this much of a gap in between the parts. This is the longest one out of all of them thus far. Oh boy, we're gonna have some trouble here. Especially not having her. Her grappling hook would make this a lot. We might end up missing some things too, because I don't know. What if there ends up being something up there? But there has to be a checkpoint somewhere soon. Oh boy, they're not gonna... Oh boy. A booby trap. Thankfully it didn't fall on me. I didn't go too fast. I believe they give you the option somewhere to go back to the last checkpoint, don't they? I think they did somewhere. Game options. Yeah, let's do this. It doesn't reload or anything. It just takes you back to the previous thing. Yeah. So this works perfectly. It's a good thing to play around in the options sometimes. To discover things like that. Because if I hadn't done that, I never would have known. And you can see it doesn't reload anything, it just takes you back a little bit on the level, the map. Because everything's still here. My platform's still there. My box, which is somewhere, I don't know. It should be here somewhere, but the platform is there. So you can see nothing changed. Okay, is there anything up top that she can... Oh boy, I thought she would have grappled onto something. I thought there was something there. There wasn't. So okay, we're gonna do that one more time. I thought there would be something there for her, but there wasn't. Okay, one more time. Oh boy. You try to grapple on and there's nothing there and we end up falling to our doom. Right after getting back with her too. Oh, careful. Oh boy. Oh boy. That was a close one. Ooh, perfect shot. Okay, so how... I think we can alley-oop that. They made it a little difficult. Because we have the wheel on the... Yeah, they made this. I think what I can do is... that is not what I had in mind, but that worked. That worked out perfectly. What I was thinking of doing was creating an item, like maybe a platform, and I would have put it by that wheel so that it wouldn't spin, and then I would alley-oop onto it and then jump over. Yeah, alley-oop onto the platform. The platform would stop it from spinning. I don't know if it would. I think it would. Yeah. Or maybe I could have taken the platform and connected it to the one at the bottom, and that way it wouldn't spin anymore because it would be touching something else. And there we go. The next checkpoint. Oh, and I didn't even mention what the other thing was from the previous intro that I wanted to address. I didn't give even the slightest of hints. And you want to know something funny now that I've thought about that? I think there's another thing that I'd like to mention as well. The list is getting... The next intro is gonna... It's gonna be too long, and then I'm gonna put it off for the next one again, aren't I? Some of the things that... Oh boy. Oh boy. Well, rather than leaving you completely in the dark, one of the things is how I had mentioned this thing about people seeing you and you not really... You lose your peace if you saw that intro. That's one of the things I want to talk about a little bit. There was a comment specifically that, yeah, I wanted to add make a little comment on myself. And the other one is another comment that I received. There's a chest here. Floating platform skill for the what? Hey, the final skill. The one the wizard was missing. Floating platform. It's like a triangle. A pyramid. While trying to learn the elusive fireball spell, the wizard has discovered the ability to conjure a triangle-shaped floating platform. This platform can carry weight, providing a stepping stone. Hey, a floating platform. So it's like a magic carpet. Provides a wooden surface allowing... Oh, and level 2 turns it into a wooden surface that the thief can grapple onto. That sounds really cool. How do we do that? Draw a triangle and release to conjure a floating platform. A triangle. And it just stays there? Oh. Can it move, or... No, it looks like it... Well, it can move, but we can't... Or we can't... When we're not standing on it, we can move it. That's really cool. That's really interesting. Oh. That's pretty cool. And when we step on it, it slowly falls down. Very slowly. That's pretty cool. Hey, so we got the final skill. We've been sitting on a lot of points. Maybe we should start leveling some things. I wonder what'll happen if we max that out. The third one is maybe 2 of them. Probably. The second one would turn it into a grappling point. I wonder what we should put some points into. I'll hold off for right now. We'll see what comes up. But hey, that's awesome. We got the final skill. That's awesome. Let's see here. I kind of want to go down there to... The lights are doing something. To see what's down there. There may be something down there, or maybe not. I mean, if we've gotten all the skills... Okay, we'll bring it up and we can just put it like that. And perfect. Oh, there's that up there. How are we gonna get to that? I think if we put an object on top, it might start falling. I don't know if it'll fall with an object. Let's see what happens. Yeah, if we put any kind of weight on top, it starts falling. And it's falling a lot faster than... Okay, I have an idea. We'll put this here. And then we'll bring that up. And put it up there like so. And... Perfect. There we go. Jump back down. Yeah, that worked out perfectly. But I'm still a little curious as to what's going on down below. So, you know what? I think what we'll do is we'll take the elevator down. We now have a safe way of going down slowly. That's awesome. Yeah, that just crossed my mind. I was like, wait a minute, because this goes down slowly. We sort of have an elevator now that descends really slowly. And we'll be fine, because I think that thing there is made out of wood, so she can just... Oh boy. Okay, we don't want to go further down. Oh, wait a minute. This is not a cart? I thought this was like a cart here. It's not a cart. Or is it a cart? Let's see if the wizard can... It is a cart. We just can't grapple onto it from the bottom, it seems. Or could... Maybe we can... I'm not sure. I don't want to try it. Okay, so... we need our triangle platform. That is not a triangle. We need our floating platform. Put it right there. And... It might be a little too high. I think my head's gonna... Okay, that should be good. All the way to the edge. Jump. Jump. There we go. See, I told you my head would have hit the thing. And I might have fallen all the way down. Okay. So, we need to go up. I think we can just put this up here like so. And... to the edge, jump on top, and there we go. Perfect. What happened to the area that we were in? We were in like the mines, which looked like a really beautiful cavern with the water, and all of a sudden now we're in like this dungeon with lava and... What happened? This place that I don't know. Okay, that works. Yeah, the fire arrow. Oh boy. Oh boy, and here they come. Here they... What in the world? Arrows from all the way over there. Arrows from all the way over there. Would you look at that? All the way over there. This one is something. Look at that with the archer over there and... Oh boy. I have to admit though, even though this looks like some kind of evil castle, like the dungeon for an evil castle, the dungeon is built on a volcano. Even though it looks like that, the level design, it's really nice. Even though. And here comes more. We're not out of the woods yet. Okay, and we're good. And we're good. Oh, let's not forget about him over here. Now we're good. Oh, and look at that, it's beautiful again. It's pretty again. Did someone hear me? How did we change so quickly? That was not a triangle. Okay, we'll try that one more time. I know how to draw a triangle, okay? I know how to draw a triangle. Even though that was more of a... That was a specific kind of triangle that I drew there that time. It was like an acute triangle. Can you draw... No, it looks like it became a normal triangle. Okay, so... Oh, hey! We leveled up. I didn't even notice that. I was like, wait a minute, what's that thing in the screen? Why is it there? We have 10 skill points. That's a lot of skill points. We're sitting on a lot of skill points. We can max, like, 2 of these for 2 characters. Practically. I know, it would be 12 for 2 and then 18 for 3. We can max about 2. 2 characters out complete. We'll wait though. We'll wait. This is kind of like a challenge in and of itself, doing this without leveling things. Because I have to find a way to make things work. With, like, my arm tied behind my back, I guess you could say. It's not gonna spring up really fast. Okay, it didn't do that. We're okay. Wait a minute. It's going down. Is that... It's going down! I thought we wanted to go up. Yeah, now that I see this over here, the fact that it's going down, I was like, wait a minute, that's not good, it's going down. But then it's like, oh wait a minute, there's a chest there, it's going down. I believe there's like an image, a meme, where there's a guy looking out a window, a bus window, and there are 2 sides. There's one side, he's looking at the same image on both sides, And uh-oh, this may not be. Can we get it to go the other way? We want it. Oh no, I can't interact with it. But it looks like it's gonna go back. Yeah, so there's an image of this guy, a cartoon, where there's this guy, he's looking out of the window of a bus, and on one side he's looking out and it's all sunny. Oh, that was close. But we made it, we're okay. Do you think they would hide something up there? I feel like they would hide something up there. No! Oh no! I fell all the way down. And now we don't have her. Where was the last checkpoint? Was that on the other side? I think we'd need her if we went back to check. We're gonna have to go back to the last checkpoint. Yeah, because there may be something up there. I don't know. So, as I was saying, in this meme thing, there is a guy looking outside of the window of his bus, and he's basically looking outside at the same image on both sides. I don't think we can get up there. Yeah, I don't think there's anything up there. Because of the way it's designed, it seems impossible to get up there. Because it hangs down so much. And there's nothing you can grapple. The bar is made out of metal that's holding it, so you can't grapple onto the... Yeah, I don't think there's anything up there. Okay, so we'll keep going forward then. But the bus meme, the guy is looking outside the bus, the windows of the school bus. And on one side, he sees that it's really sunny. And on the other side, he sees that it's, well, sunny and happy and full of energy and life. And on the other side, it's not sunny. It's the opposite. It's a bit dreary. I guess we could say it's kind of depressing looking on the other side, him looking out of the bus window. And the thing is that for this image, it's his perspective on what he's looking at, because him looking out the window, he's looking at the same thing. And the idea behind the cartoon is you can either look at something in a positive light and be positive and optimistic about it, or you can look at that same thing and you can look at it in a negative light and be negative about it. I just remembered that. Why did I remember that? What is this? Where did this come from? Why did this pop up? Wait a minute. It's going down. Is that... It's going down! Too many things. Too many things. Yeah. But that's how life is with a lot of things. You can look at something and be positive about it, or you can look at something and look at it in somewhat of a negative light. I actually have an experience that was like that. Years ago, I had gone to an amusement park, and it was in a place I hadn't been to in a really long time. So I went to this amusement park. I was there with some family of mine, and this was family that I don't really see all that much. I hadn't really seen all that much throughout my life. And one of my family members, they were upset about this trip that we were on. And the reason why they were upset was because another family member, their sibling, ended up dragging them along to go with us. They were like, hey, we're going to the amusement park. Come with us. And they just kind of dragged them along. But they sort of had plans, this family member. They weren't really important plans, and I was only visiting for a short amount of time. So their sibling, who was older, dragged them along, and you gotta listen to the older sibling, you know? Yeah, dragged them along, kind of forced them to go. And the entire time that we were at the amusement park, they were sulking the entire time that we were there. All they were doing is they were complaining that they had plans with their friends who they can hang out with pretty much any day of the week, whenever. They were sulking that their sibling dragged them along to go to the amusement park with us, because there was a sibling, there was me, there was a few of us there, a few other family members, and the entire time we were there, they were sulking. Now, the funny thing about this is that I was in town visiting, and the previous day, I ended up having some food, some spicy food. I had a little too much of the spicy stuff on the food though. A little too much pepper, right? And because of that, my stomach was kind of funny today. It was kind of funny, and it was feeling sort of, and this was before the trip started, before we went to the amusement. I told them the day of, but I went anyway. And so I was at the amusement park the entire day for me, but I was feeling funny because of my stomach. And because of my stomach, how I was feeling because of what I ate, the food with a bunch of pepper on it, I didn't really want to go on any of the rides. I didn't feel comfortable doing that because of how my stomach felt. So even though I went there, I didn't really go on any of the... I did later in the day, towards the end, but it was like one or two really slow rides. It wasn't like a roller coaster or anything like that. It was just something small and slow. But they were besides me sulking because they didn't get to go and spend the day with their friends, while I was there with my stomach feeling so-and-so, feeling not so good, right? I had some bismuth, Pepto-Bismol, if you know what that is. I had some of that just to coat the stomach. Throughout the day I just had a little bit. And I enjoyed going to the amusement park, even though I couldn't go on any of the rides. I enjoyed my time there. I enjoyed spending it with people, with family who I never really spent much time with, never really got to spend too much time with because I live hours away. You have to travel by plane. Yeah. Now, I could have looked at things and been negative about it, seen it in a negative light, be like, oh, my stomach is this way and I can't go on any rides, this is unfair, this is depressing. I could have done that, but I didn't do that. I was just happy to be there, to be around them, to interact with them, to be in their company. Yeah, I was happy about that. And I also ended up finding the arcade at this place. They had an arcade in the middle of it, and I was able to have some fun in the arcade, which was really nice because I couldn't go on any rides, because anything that would toss me around, move me around like that, I couldn't really do, but the arcade I could do, and I had a lot of fun in the arcade. Yeah, But the entire time we were, well, for the majority of the time we were there, this relative of mine, they were sulking. They were like, I wanted to go hang out with my friends, and at the same time, I felt kind of bad about it. I felt kind of like, there's an expression, what am I, chopped liver? I felt kind of like that because, of course, like I mentioned, I don't really get to be around family and spend time with them because I live far away, very far away, and I don't come all that often, don't travel to where they were all that often. And this relative, even though they're here and they're in my company and we got to spend some time together, a little bit of time, I guess we could say their words and actions are showing that they don't appreciate it in the slightest, their behavior. They don't really appreciate my company, even though I've never really spent time with them before. Yeah, I guess that's another aspect to it as well. But even with all that, I was positive about things. I tried making a few jokes so that they would laugh, and it became a chore, to be honest, because I mean, I had my negative stuff, but I wasn't letting it get to me that I wasn't enjoying myself, I wasn't in a positive mood. But them, they were the opposite. And they were just complaining every step of the way. The interesting thing about it is that this relative, I can't really say that they were young, because they were right around the same age as me at the time. Oh, this was years ago, many years ago. I just remember this. Yeah. And because of them and how they were, the memory is already something that stands out in my memory to me. But because of them and how they were, I remember it in really good detail. And if anyone's wondering about the amusement park, it was Six Flags. So a lot of people will know where that is. I went to Six Flags in New Jersey. I wasn't visiting New Jersey. We drove there. So it was a drive as well. Several hours to get there from the place where I was visiting. But yeah. Hey, and would you look at that? I think we're at the end of the level. Really, I stopped to tell my story right as we made it to the very end of the level. Would you look at that? You see what the camera is doing there? We're at the end of the level. What funny timing. That's a funny coincidence that... Well, I guess we'll end on that note then. Funny coincidences all the way around. That's kind of funny. Maybe I'm really in tune with the universe. Or you know what that means, right? Hopefully you understand this gesture if I put my hand out and I'm looking up to... Well, I'm not looking at the ceiling, just so you know. I mean, technically I am, but... Do I need to say it out loud for anyone that... Well, there we are. That is Trine Part 11. Oh boy. I said a lot during this part, didn't I? I said a lot of different... I brought in a lot of I said a lot of things. Oh boy. Well, that's going to be it for this one. If you enjoyed this video, I'd appreciate it if you can leave a like, and if you're new around here, maybe consider a sub to the channel as well, so you can come back again sometime. Maybe? Alright, I'm Wolf, and until next time.